Hi guys, welcome back to One Man's Junk. Alright folks, so you're going to notice we have our very first guest star. We've got Megator here who is helping us out. He is in fact holding the mic for us. Now just before we start looking at some toys, as always a quick reminder, if you are under the age of 18, I'm sorry to say this channel is not intended for you. However, I hope you caught my action figure identification special that just aired a few days ago. If you haven't, by all means, go ahead, check it out. Write me if you need something identified. Maybe you'll feature in the next episode. Alright, so my first pickup here is none other than Donatello. You'll notice, of course, it is a Ninja Turtle. He is from the 90s. He is the troll one. If you're wondering what's so special about him, well, it is a general find, but the reason why I'm holding him in such high esteem is because you may have noticed here on my shelf, I actually have the other three troll Ninja Turtles. So I have been hunting this one down for a little while. Because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, I'm not that content with it because the hair is still a little funky. But for the meantime, it will sit in the shelf for sure. Next up, none other than my favorite line. It is, of course, Rambunctious Remco. Here we go. Rockin' Remco. Rattling Remco. Whatever you like. But here he is. This is Hercules from Lost World of the Warlord. Now, I've showed him before. It's nothing too great. But he was part of a lovely Remco haul, including this sucker here. Check him out. How cool is that? So you're probably wondering, I've never seen that guy in online in the guides. Well, that's because this is, of course, a Zola World action figure, and I didn't bother to look up the name because, that's right, we have ZolaCon coming up in a few weeks, and actually, the owner of Zola World, Mike, actually just released a Zola World special on the Warriors of the Underworld line. So it's a book. I'll be picking it up at ZolaCon, and if you haven't already, make sure to order it. And once I have it in hand, then I will look up the name of this fella right here. But keeping on with Remco, can you believe it? Oh my goodness, here's another one. Yes, so this is a line that I don't mention as often because it is a lot rarer and harder to find than, say, your Lost World of the Warlords here, or even your Warrior Beasts. This here is a Pirate of the Galaxies. Pretty clever. But he's really cool, and he came with his cloak as well, which I did not have. So I'll be adding him to the collection. I currently only have the Cyclops Pirate of the Galaxy, but that's a really cool line, and there's some really tough figures from that line to track down. So we'll keep hunting. We mentioned Reaction from Super 7 a few episodes ago. Well, I picked up another one. How cool is that? Yes, so are you talking to me? You talking to me? No, you're talking to him. That's right. Well, that's what it says in the back anyway. That is, of course, Reaction, Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro. But again, this is precisely what I'm talking about. You know, it's that action figure you never knew you needed. Robert De Niro as Taxi Driver. And here's another one. A big shout out. Thank you to my good friend Magic Mike. He knows who he is. I got this here at a really, really good price. Of course, I do actually collect some real Ghostbusters carded stuff, just because I think the card art here it's really great. I love the colors, and it's very nostalgic for me. It was one of my favorite lines growing up. So when I seen these mini traps here at a reasonable price, well, of course, I jumped right all over it. Welcome back to Action Figure Identification. So first up, we have a nice piece here. So this actually is from Filmation, and if you actually have a look on the underside, it's even stamped Filmation, so there's a clue. This black cowboy hat belongs to none other than Tex Hex. However, within the same pile, I found this. Okay, so maybe you're wondering because it's a little too zoomed in. How about now? No? Alright, so this backpack was actually packaged with a special edition of Tex Hex, and there was even a special edition one for Brave Star as well. So this would be for the laser firing game that was released with the Brave Star figures. Everybody knows who that is, but it was just so cool, I just wanted to show it off. It is, of course, a Slimer. It's a movie version of Slimer, And there should be some markings at the bottom here, which would tell us that that in fact is the candy container. What's that you say? A pretty nondescript red missile torpedo? Well, guys, it's not just a standard torpedo. This one actually came packaged with the big Starcom vehicle. I'll show you a picture of that now. Alright guys, so you've seen this one before, and I think I mentioned it the other day, when you successfully identify and find an accessory, it's almost like magnetism. This one, I didn't even pick it up. I picked up a box of accessories, and there it was right at the bottom. I just could not believe it. Of course, you should recognize it. It is from the Castle Grayskull weapons rack, and I know you're probably wondering, you're like, oh Mike, it's the same one. Stop showing us the same one. Well, what do you say now then? Okay, and in that same accessory box was this crayon. So I obviously just separated it with the trash, and just as I was about to take it out in the trash, look what I noticed. No ways, it is in fact a Masters of the Universe crayon. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this solitary Masters of the Universe crayon, but it won't be going in the trash, that's for sure. That's a cool piece. You really don't see it too often. It is in fact very rare, but unfortunately as yet of no use to me because I don't currently own the figure. So this is actually from the vintage, I believe it's late 70s, ROM robot action figure. Alright, here's two great little pieces, so fairly hard to come by, and they do come packaged with a really great figure. So these were packaged with the original Colico Rambo, and just to give you an idea of why they're so hard to track down and so easy to lose, have a look at that. Tiny. Alright, and finally, guys, this here actually is hands down, without doubt, one of my favorite finds. The only reason it's not in finds of the day is because I'm about to blow your socks off when you see my finds of the day. This guy was packaged with Filmation Ghostbusters, and it was packaged with Tracy. So that means my Filmation Ghostbusters action figure collection is only missing one backpack accessory. Have a look at this in all its glory. Guys, that was a $1 pickup. Wow. Alright guys, it's that time again. It's time for Finds of the Day. So my first favorite find from this week is this one here. So I was actually researching this line. Those who are unfamiliar, this is of course Beast Saga, which would be, I guess unofficially, the third series of Battle Beasts. So we have the Battle Beasts, which everybody knows and loves, are fairly common. Weapons are hard to track down. We've got the Laser Beasts, which are almost impossible to complete. The figures are hard enough, the weapons are just... But then we've got this one here. So this is Beast Saga. There was an animated series. I believe they only did one series with 14 episodes. I have a feeling that it wasn't released here in North America, but it certainly was dubbed into English. But I've certainly never seen the cartoon. And these guys here, you don't see them pop up too often, but they are fairly inexpensive. So I decided I would start collecting them. And as luck would have it, at the last toy show I was at, somebody had these here carded or in the box. So I did pick them up. And this was a nice little addition, or should I say start to the collection. Alright, so one of my many side projects is I have been trying to collect and complete a vintage Diacron. So Diacron is from the Diaclone series, and if you're wondering what gibberish I'm talking about, these were basically the early Transformers that were released here from the Japanese market, here in the US market, and they tried just to market them straight up as Diaclone, which of course was unsuccessful, so they then remarketed a lot of the figures as Transformers. So Diaclone would be the original combiner, and I've actually been building, like I said, I've been collecting these pieces and trying to build one. Well, no more, because I was fortunate enough to go up north, and I went to Rip and Run Collectibles, which is run by a awesome guy. His name is Steve. Thank you, Steve. And look what I picked up. Holy moly, yes. So that is a Diachrone. It is in the box, but as you can see, the box is a little beat up, which is great because that means we're going to open it. So as you can see here, it is of course missing a few pieces. I was expecting that. It's missing the Diachrone drivers. I believe it's meant to come with these little connectors, but we're going to try and build it and see what it looks like. So bear with me. And here you go, guys. Wow, have a look at that beauty. Isn't that just such a great toy? So this here, of course, is the very first combiner. So you could say this is the big daddy or Devastator over here, because without him, you wouldn't have him. I gotta say, looking at him, he's such a great toy. I don't know what the connectors were packaged for. I'm not sure what they did. But I'm genuinely surprised that this wasn't released in the Hasbro Transformers range, really. What a great toy. And finally, here's my favorite find. So this piece here actually comes from a cult classic. It is a martial arts movie from the early 80s. It's actually a martial arts movie that helped bring martial arts to the wider mainstream, especially here in the States. Of course, it involves somebody who at the beginning of the movie is a complete novice and has no clue in martial arts. He then, of course, is trained by an absolute master with the montage. Even Rocky had a montage, but this movie had the montage too. I am, of course, talking about the karate... No, I'm kidding. I am talking about American Ninja. Yes! The original Karate Kid. Here he is, American Ninja. So good that it spawned another 4 sequels. There's actually 5 American Ninja movies. Now this piece here is so great because most people don't even know it existed, including myself. I happened to spot it on my Instagram account with Rip and Run Collectibles. Steve posted this up. It was up for about 10 minutes before I wrote him. And I said, take it down, take it off, give me your price, because I'm picking this sucker up. So here he is, have a look at that. My understanding is for American Ninja, there was basically a ninja role-playing set that was released, so it's just like some plastic ninja stars, and this action figure here. So I couldn't resist. I took a photo, sent it to my brother. He thought it was amazing too. But of course, if you are interested in this piece, you want to see it, or maybe even have a chance at owning it, make sure to come to ZoloCon. That's the 8th and the 9th of February in Oaks, PA, because I will be there. And I'm going to bring the American Ninja too, just because he's such a great piece and he deserves to go to ZoloCon. So guys, thank you so much. Thanks again. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions about action figures or if you need any identified, I'm always here. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Bye.